Hi, I'm here with my former student, Alexander Dire. It's some, I don't know, 6-7 years we stopped our lessons, and they were probably for 3 years and a half of lessons. He had a great band, he was a great singer, then he decided to do something else, but it's normal in life, we don't have to get professionals. But I had the news today that I get him back playing something with his band, and very happy for him. So,
Hi.
nice to have you in here.
Hi Lucia, hi, I'm Alexander Dire.
And I will ask you something that seems not to have a relation with what we will talk about, that it will be cossumethod, as with Eleonora Bianchini previously. But what is your job now?
Yeah, my job now is occupational therapist and is a professional figure, medical figure, something like physiotherapist, who retrain his patients, my patients, to the all-day living activities that they lost for some illness or stroke or spinal injuries, something like this. So I retrain those patients in all their living activities.
It
That's my
seems
job.
something not so far from what I do with voices, in some sort, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And that's why I asked you that, because do you remember for my birthday, don't know, a couple of years ago, he called me to tell me a happy birthday, and he told me, you can't believe I'm doing a study to finish my studies, my academic studies, about something that is exactly what you do but on the other side. And
Yeah,
we did
that's true.
laugh a lot, and I told him, so I'm not really doing something totally wrong. And he told me, no, what the hell, it's the same, but as we start from the brain to the body, you start from the body to get to the brain with coordinations.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. With my studies and your studies, I can understand that they are very similar, and so I can refine some old. How can I tell in English? Che ritrovo delle sensazioni che c'erano prima.
Even if we stopped lessons, he says that he found back sensations as if he never stopped, and also perhaps you find also sensation you didn't remind to have, just by getting back and wanting to do some things with music and voice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
And
Yeah.
that's exactly why when I make lessons, I spend a lot of time making quite clear for the brain, not for you. For you, sometimes I don't mind too much, as you know. I mind your voice
Yeah,
and your
that's true.
musical brain. No, this is a joke between us, but it's true. Sometimes I tell them, I don't mind of you. I don't mind what you want. I mind your music. I mind your musical brain. I mind your voice. I am for the freedom of the voice, of the larynx, of the diaphragm, not of yours. Just, I'm on the side of the voice. I'm not on the side of the person. It's a joke, but in some sort it's true. Because in some sort, as you do with your patients, you know perfectly that sometimes they think that they want to do something in a certain way and to accomplish something. Their will and their brain is to have an idea that they want to follow, and you know perfectly that it's not a good idea to obtain that.
Yeah.
So you have to train them back and to train their system to have another idea and to look for solutions in another place.
Yeah, because
And-
you can look the same thing in a different ways.
Exactly.
So I grew up.
And you don't have to convince them that it's different. You have just to have enough space to make the system find that it's different, and the system will change idea.
Yeah,
Why?
that's true.
Because it's
That's
much
true.
more effective. So knowledge is to give a coordination that sometimes is casual if we find it. And those are the gifted voices. They just have a luck that someone else has not. But we can create them. Why? Because we have a system that is really very elastic, flexible, and able to program itself in a new way if you have really the will to get to there. If you don't have the will, nobody on earth, in my experience, can change the structure. if you want, you can have an external help that can seem really absurd. I remember with you, no, why? I have to understand. If I don't understand, I can't. Was there said, if you understand, you're using your all coordinations and other gestures, so I can't put a new gesture if you understand, because your brain is imagining something that yet is doing. So if we want to do something new, I have to stuck you where you understand nothing. You feel that you're stuck, and then you are free. Why? Because we are working on programming new gestures. And you told me by phone, what the hell? It is so true, and now I know why. I said, okay.
I didn't not understand anything, but it worked. It worked. So. And
it remains.
That's magic, you know.
It's not bad. Oh, I would like that it was magic, you know. I would really love to do. Wow, I'm a witch. I do a lot of enchantments. Would be really nice. It's so logical, so predictable, and so reliable. Yeah. And that's why you are finding back, because it's not a style of driving. It's how the car it is structured. If it's well structured, you haven't used for a little, you have everything to put it back, because we worked on that, and that is nice.
It was very nice. It is nice. Yeah.
I will ask you, not for me, not for them, when you do a rehearsal or something, to record something to send to me. I'm sentimental about that. I love voices, you know that, no?
Are you sentimental? Yeah, I can see it.
He knows I'm sentimental. He knows I'm very sentimental. I'm a bit tough.
I'm sentimental too, but I can't...
We know that.
I can show you how I'm sentimental. Not on the webcam, come on. Not on the webcam.
No, on the webcam is no, but it is the question. You're sentimental when you sing. When you sing, we hear that. That's the best part of you. I've not always known that. No, there you should just, but I shouldn't, they see on me, but okay. Now we get to the questions that are the standard question that I ask the others.
Okay.
So, how does it feel after a while of lessons with her?
I felt so... Possiamo bloccare un attimo? Così?
No, go on.
No? Go on? Okay. Can you repeat my question?
Yes, of course. How is it to have lessons with me? And after a little time of lessons with me, what is the feeling of the voice of the, or what you want?
It was strange at first. Okay. Because you asked me to do some things that I never did. So I've never done. So I was there. I was young. I was something like 15 or 16 when I started with you, and it was hard to not be ashamed. Go on, do this thing, move like like a cat. Do you remember?
Yes, of course I do.
I can sit on, so I can't show you, but that was and. At first it was strange, and then it was something like normal. It was normal. After the first, second, third, fourth lessons, I start to be myself with all the things that you showed me to do, and so that was very good because I felt good.
Yeah.
So I go on for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and you.
Years, because I started the 4th years,
exactly.
But I interrupted at all. Yeah.
But it was enough also, you know?
Yeah.
I tend to have a longer with really younger, but now I tend to have maximum 3 or 4 years normally. Normally it's a couple, because it's enough. Yes. Then you can do by yourself all on time, and then eventually we can come back and refine some little things, but it will be totally different there.
Yeah, that's true. You told me.
And also I've become, he was one of my first students. He was perhaps, I don't know, the 4th students I had. So he saw the birth of these methods that I know perfectly that come from Italian bel canto technique, but I immediately invented those kind of exercises because he's curious as me. He's a person very smart and very curious, and he wants to learn and to go and to push things where there is a sense if there is a structural problem. So I did the same, and you know that all the time a little pushing, but okay. Did you sing before?
Did you sing before? No. I've seen before your lessons. I was singing with.
You made a musical before. I remember that.
I made a musical. That's true. Before know you, I made a musical known Aggiungi un posto a tavola.
Yes, it's an Italian musical, very nice.
Yeah, all in Italian, where the first show ever done in Italy was made by Johnny Dorelli.
Yes.
Johnny Dorelli was the singer.
A great
the main
one.
Singer, the main actor. Yeah, and I interpreted him. So I was Johnny Dorelli. I was this priest. And
so you had you did not had lessons before, but you had your band, and you were starting doing those things. You had a voice eventually.
Yeah, I had a band and 2 bands. And that was the first one where I sang, and so I was not very good. That's true.
Oh,
and,
there was a good material.
Yeah, that's true. And after the musical, something better. Let's say something better, and I was an actor and a singer. So it was a very, very new, new
thing for you.
What?
A new thing for you.
New one for me. Yeah, it was a new one for me. Yeah, sorry for my bad English, but it's a lot of time.
No, it's lovely. It's really excellent.
Yeah.
It's really excellent. So for the other question, it is if it is the same way of the one of the vocal coaching that you have experimented, you did not experimented other vocal coaching, so basically it was I have no idea. Yeah, of course. No, because those are questions that I pose to some of the former students and the students, and sometimes there are professionals who had a very long training with a lot of professionals of very good level. So that's why I pose this question.
Okay,
and
sure.
How would you define her work? I mean, my work.
Her work. Okay.
That's quite hard.
Yeah, that's...
No, we discussed about... So if you want just to repeat in few words or how you want.
Okay, yeah. I find a very good work, and if functional, it works on a base, to build a very, very good base, and to touch all those things that the other teachers maybe don't touch, because you go to medical basis. So you made all this study for how can I say, mirato a migliorare proprio quelle parti che normalmente non vengono neanche sfiorate. E quindi
so he's saying that yeah, you say for a medical basis, because you have a medical studies, so you see in me the way of thinking that usually you use in your work, and it is a borderline that I'm using, because I don't have a medical preparation, but I study a lot, of course, and I always say that I'm totally complementary, because we are in a space in which it is in a field in which we have doctors, and we have my work that is more empirical, but is empirical with a very precise structure, a very precise way of thinking, and very scientific in the way of proceeding, because it's not magical, of course. And I really work to get into the structure and how the instrument is built. He's built in medical terms, because it's muscles, it's reactive, it's how the brain thinks about how, and it is really the reactivity of. When I said that I'm a mechanician with a car, I'm really talking about that. And that's probably what you were saying. You say, okay, you're really there to say, okay, I don't change how the car reacts when I have to drive that way, because this is not placed in the correct position. You work to say, okay, can we find a way to place it in the correct position? Why? It's so boring to stay all the time correcting something. It's much better to say, okay, yeah, and now, boom, 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 we just go. No, to me it's much fun. And I know that for the singer too, I'm the first who is bored to say, all the time with that, can we find a way? Yeah, it's easy, yeah, we can do it, yeah. And then we forget it, yeah. And we just, and then go and have fun and give us fun.
Exactly.
You say that it's in a medical terms, but it's exactly how they work for people for sport to do some things, etc. It's just to say, okay, we train in a way in which it's basically we can change some things, and it's much better. After. No, it's amazing how we can learn that at any age and from any kind of point of starting. Yeah. And that's what you see also in your work, that basically they can have huge, incredible, and then you do in a certain way that it's very reliable, and then after you say, they can come back to, wow, in very short time at the end. It seems tricky, but it's not tricky. We are so very well built. We have a capacity of really do very complex thing, working on some basics, and then we know that the gesture is much more complex, and we can rebuild a complex without working on all this complexity. We just know that there is this complexity. We work on some little things, and the complexity comes back, and it works by itself. It is,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Really. We are very well built for evolution. We adapt very well. We use that at the end. So these are the other ones. Is it really new? cossumethod?
For me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
in your experience, yes.
Yeah.
Is it effective?
Yeah, it's effective.
Is it tough?
Is it tough? It was tough.
Yeah, I know.
Then, at first.
I know.
And then it was all normal. It was very cool, and it was your word. It's normal because it began to be your word, and so you can appreciate it, and you can move very good with that word because it's yours.
Yeah. Hi, Alice.
Hi.
Is it funny?
Yeah. a lot of strange movements. Yeah. It was fun.
I remember you talking to me about the band when you were doing the tassista laziale that I had to translate in lei shall taxi driver.
Unbelievable. Oh my god.
Yeah, and do you remember for Michetta? Boom, boom, boom.
Oh my god. That's it.
Yeah. Did it change the way you think voice and singing?
Completely. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, okay. And this is the last question. Will you choose her again? No, never.
No, please no. No, choose another one. No. I will choose you ever. That's true.
Yeah, but we don't need any more, so that's fantastic.
You say that. Let me say what I think. Yeah, I will choose always you. So, yes, that's the truth.
Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome. Never mind.
It was very nice to have you in here and for all this time dedicated to us. Thank you, Alex.
Very long time ago. Yeah.
It was basically something like 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10
I think
years.
it's long.
Yes, when I started, I was 16. Now I'm 26.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago.
10 years. 10 years. My God.
Yeah, it was exactly when I started.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I feel so old. I feel so old.
Don't tell me. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Come on, you didn't change anything. Your face, your body,
I can do better yoga now.
You're a teenager. You're back to teenager. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Come on. Okay.
It was very nice to have you. Thank you.
Thank you too.